Hey guys, so today what we are going to see is this complete portfolio website. So this design I have copied from one of the Figma design. So this is like a very basic layout and having some good content. This is actually very minimal content. So what I'm planning to do, I'm going to recreate this entire design in Next.js with Tailwindcss. So what we are going to do is now first we will set up the project for this particular project. So what I'm going to install Next.js and Tailwindcss. So let's get started. So here this is a step to create the project. So I would like to create in TypeScript. So I'm just copy pasting this value to here, and I'm giving a name as something portfolio learning something. And when I hit that thing, it is just installing the setup everything. So meanwhile what we can do, we can go to that Tailwind CSS installation setup. So we will choose a framework guide. We are using Next.js, so I have selected Next.js. So here if you see, this is a complete npm package which will automatically ingest all the CSS. So we don't need to import anything specifically, only this is enough. And below that Tailwind configuration that we need to run. So let's see. Now I will open this particular project in Visual Studio Code. Before that, I will initiate these values. Now see this command, I will copy paste. So what are the Tailwind, the basic three packages, post, fixer and auto thing, and Tailwind CSS, let it get installed. Once this is done, right, we need to run the below step, init -p, so which will create a new two files. One is Tailwind configuration.js and another one is process config.js. We don't need to do anything on the process config.js, we only need to focus on the Tailwind config.js. So there is a place that we are going to tell wherever and what file should be impacted. So let's see. Now what I will do, I will open our project whatever has been created now. So once it is opened, right, let me navigate. Yeah, so now I will open this. So here if you see, we can see two green files that is created by Tailwind init. So here this particular Tailwind config only we need to touch. Okay, so what I'm going to do, there is two lines which will impact only those files, because whatever we are going to write, there will be mostly on components or pages. So that is the reason there are only two file configuration that we are selecting. Now we need to import those three lines into the global CSS, then only this particular configuration will be affected. So these two things are not required. And what I will do, I will remove this home.module.css file also, because since we are using a framework, we don't need any kind of these files. Oh shit, two got selected. Yeah, so I will delete this, and there is a import which will be available in here. So this is global, that will impact everything. So this one we don't need, I'm going to delete, remove this. And these are the code also which I do not needed, since we are using a framework. This from we will keep this main block, but we'll remove everything. We don't want anything here, so I will just remove everything. So once it is done, right, now I will keep it like simply. And let's see, now I will run npm run dev means development. So it will be automatically pointed to 3000 port number. So let's see, now 3000 port number is been running. So when I navigate to port number 3000, right, I don't see nothing, because in the main area I haven't written anything. Now I will write hey there. So let's see how this one get displayed. Okay, so we are successfully ran this particular project. Now we will go to and review the design. So now we need to identify what font they are using, font family. Seems like they are using few different fonts, and I'm trying to identify the font name. It is so weird. Let me see. Okay, I think this one is okay. This is emphasis. Okay, fine. I think we need to use few more font also, like 3 fonts we need to use. So the first one which shows hello my name, so that one, and the projects, if you see, that is a different font name. So now we need to configure this particular font family in our project. So mostly we will be using Google Fonts. So now what I will do, I will just identify the exact name of the font. So this is okay, fine. Now what I will do, I have just copied this. I will go to Google Fonts now. Okay, fine. So in the Google Fonts, what I will do, I will simply search that particular font family name, whatever I copied. So it is available. Now I have to select everything. Oh shit, seems like there are a lot more selected because of my previous project. So I will remove everything right now, and I will start this from scratch. So these are all not needed, and this also not needed. Now I will pick from beginning. So we will select a few things only, like whatever we needed. So I think till here it is enough. Okay, so now I'm just copying this particular line and pasting in the head. So before that I will just change these things, like UK learning, portfolio learning, and this link also we don't want. We will use our own custom link. So now I have copy pasted that Google font affection. So this is the formal thing that I need to do to make it run. So simply typing those values and closing the tags properly, and below also I'm closing. So now it's clear. Now what I will do, I will format this code and will start running. Okay, so what I will do, and yeah, one more thing I forget. So which is whatever the font family I need to configure first. So now I have imported successfully, but I need to configure to make it impact. So what I'm doing, I need to configure this particular font family in Tailwindcss. So I'm just, this is the exact template that we need to follow. Now I will have the same name of the font family. So what I will do, I will just copy the first one, Playfair, and keep it here, and I will just change the first letter to small, and I will remove everything, and I will go to the proper documentation again for the custom font layout. And because I don't see here, there is a separate place called where we can directly search. So that is actually custom font family. Here it is. So when I go inside, I can see some examples. Like there are many ways that we can use or categorize the font family name, but mostly I will use the comma separated within the array. So I will just copy the actual value which is provided by Google, and I will reform this like exactly as a about template. So if you see this particular serif I have copy pasted, and this one also I will just change it. So now this one is completed. So our configuration work is completed right now. Now what we need to do, this Playfair font family we have configured, but we need to make it to effect. So here we can do in the index.tsx also and app.tsx also, but when we do in the index.tsx, sometimes this font family won't apply whenever we navigate to different pages. So there is a problem. So what we need to do, we need to do in the app.tsx. The reason is whenever each and every component or pages, whenever it loads, right, it automatically loads via app.tsx. So whatever the configuration that we need, we have to do it here only. Then only the font will be applicable in the many places. So that's what I am doing now. So now I am wrapping the component inside the font, whatever I am keeping. Now I will just refresh this. Okay, what happened? Okay, I need to rerun again. Okay, super. So now I can see the font whatever I have configured. The exact font family is coming. Now to see this very detail, I will make the font family as a 3XL. So now this one will be like okay better. So this is so good. Now we will continue the next class.